I welcome you all to this video. In this video, we'll be discussing about how to use wireless router, how to use an access point. To demonstrate the access point, what we'll take a normal router of 1941. Then we'll take a switch of 2960. Then we shall take some two end devices. It may be one I'll take as a system, other one is an laptop. I'll take a laptop. Okay. Now I'll take cables to connect these devices. First let me connect these devices with my router to the switch. I'm using gigabit ports. From the switch to the end devices, I'm using some fast Ethernet ports. One more cable is required. It's a very basic topology. So it is like a router is having a switch, and switch is connected with two devices. Completely it is of wired connections. Then what I'm going to do, I'll take a device of wireless device, like here you can see under networking devices, the third option is hubs, fourth option is wireless devices. Under wireless devices I'll search for APPT. Here it is, APPT's access point packet tracer. So this APPT I'll take it, I'll keep it here, access point. And I'll take one more end device now. I'll take a laptop. I'll keep my laptop here. Now what is the objective is, now this router is going to be the common router for these wired devices as well as wireless devices, and these wired devices can easily get access since we have connected directly to the switch to the devices and to the router using wired medium, whereas this device is a wireless device which will be able to connect to this network using the access point here. It is like a mobile hotspot which is getting internet from the service provider and giving it to our home devices and sharing it with your friends. So this is like a wireless access point, is nothing but your hotspot, for example. Okay, now how to do this one? First what I'm going to do, I'll give an IP address to all the devices first. What IP addresses? I'll give 192 label first, so that will be easy. One 192.168.1.1, and this one is 192.168.1.2. let me say this will be 192.168.1.3, and for this router's interface let me say 192.168.1.100. correct? So this IP addresses, let me give it to the devices. I'll go to desktop. It is a general configuration, static 192.168.1.1 subnet mask, and now gateway will be the IP address of the router 192.168.1.100. Similarly for the second device it is 192.168.1.2 and subnet mask, and default gateway is going to be 192.168.1.100. correct? So with this I'll close this. I'll go to laptop. Laptop also I can give the IP address, but it is better after giving the access point configuration we can give. Let me see, 192.168.1.3 and subnet mask, and its gateway address is 192.168.1.100. done. So IP address is done for these interfaces, and for the router also let me give an interface. Which interface it is? 0 bar 0 bar 0, correct. So it is going to be 192.168.1.100 with subnet mask and turning on to the upstraight. Close this. Now I given all the IP addresses. Let us wait to STP to operate. This orange should become green. That is STP spanning tree protocol's duty. If you want to learn about how this green and orange is becoming green, you can watch the video on spanning tree protocol. This now it is done. Now what I need to do, I need to create a wireless access points configuration. To do that, let me see. As you can see there is no connection between this laptop and the access point, but before that I need to connect this access point to the switch. This access point to be connected to the switch. Now it is done. Now I'll go to this access point config mode. Here port 1 we need to configure. Port 1, see SSID name, I can give the SSID name here. Any name I can give. I'm going to give it my name. It is like your device name which you are using for hotspot, and here you can go with the WEP and WPA. I'll just demonstrate with WPA PASK. See, WEP is an old scheme where you will have 10 extra digits. It is of 64 bits or 128 bits. I'll be posting a video why do we go with WPA rather than WEP shortly. For now I'll go with the WPA concept. WPA wireless Wi-Fi personal access. Now I need to give an password. So it is of AES encryption standard. I can give any ASCII numbers. I'll give 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 8. I can give this one. Password is given. I can close this. Now this access point configuration is done. Now how to go and do it in laptop? I'll go to this laptop. In the laptop there is something called as PC wireless. Click on PC wireless. It is not accepting. Why? Because see, this wireless device, though it is a wireless laptop, there is no Wi-Fi port. There is no Wi-Fi port. So there are some wireless devices with Wi-Fi ports. Those devices you can take, but now I have taken a device where we don't have a wireless port. So in that case, what we should do, we should turn off this laptop. That's the button to turn off here. Turn off this laptop, and you can pull this module, keep it here. Now this space is empty. Now there is something called as WPC 300N. You can see that. Click on WPC 300N. See, WPC 300N module provides 2.4 GHz wireless interface suitable for wireless connections. So I'll drag this WPC 300N module, put it in this place, turn your laptop on, close this. Now I can go with the laptop desktop option, PC wireless. So now it is accepting since we have given the wireless module we have added. See, it is same procedure for both PC and wireless laptops. I'll show one more device with desktop also. Let me add that also, then I'll come back to here. I'll take one more desktop for us to learn. It's the same procedure what we are going to do. I've connected here. This IP address is again 192.168.1.4. I'll go into this PC and give the IP address 192.168.1.4. Subnet mask, and what is the gateway address? It is going to be 192.168.1.100, right? No, some IP address I made mistake. 192.168.1.100 should accept now. Yes, now done. So I'll go to this PC and add the Wi-Fi module. How to add it? You should be in physical mode. Turn off the CPU. Come down. There is a module here. You can drag this module and put it here. Now this space is empty. WMP 300N, as we said, we can put the WMP 300N. It's a Wi-Fi module. Turn on. Close this. Now both devices have the Wi-Fi modules. Let me connect it. Go to wireless. Now you can see there is an option called as connect. Click on the connect, and there is an option called refresh here. You can refresh so that our Wi-Fi, what we have created SSID, will appear here. Yes, it is appearing. Give connect. Now it is an WPA personnel we have given AES algorithm. What is the password? Password is 123456789A. The password I have given. Connect. You can close this window. Now you can see that the device is connected to the access point. Similarly to this PC also will do the same procedure. Refresh. It will take some time. Is wireless network, we have got it here. Give connect. It will ask for the password key, pre-shared key, PSK 123456789A. Connect. Now it is connected. Now you can see both devices are connected wirelessly. Okay, now I could see the IP address, but what happens, IP address in default, it will be in DHCP. Since we are using these access points, dynamic host configuration protocol will play a major role here. We'll force it to take static to learn this one. We'll force them to take the static IP address. So it is better to give an IP address for the wireless device at the end. 103 subnet mask and the default gateway 192.168.1.100. Similarly for this PC, again just taken dynamic host configuration here. 192.168.1.4 that gateway address is 192.168.1.100. Done with this one. I'll close this. Now it is all the configurations are done. So what I have done, I have taken a router, I have taken switch. To this switch I have connected two devices in wired mode, and I have taken access point. With the help of access point I have connected two devices in wireless mode. It is like we are purchasing one router for the lab. In the lab we have some wired devices as well as wireless devices. How to connect all these devices into a single wireless LAN, we have now done it. Now I'll need, if I am sending a packets from the device PC 0 to laptop 0, it should work. Correct, it is working. You can see here it is successful. Now from this wire device to wireless device, again it should work. From the wireless device to wire device, it is working fine. So from any device to any device you can able to send some packets. We have created a wireless LAN with the wired LAN connected together with the help of an access point. Now the same thing we'll learn with the help of a wireless router. With the help of a wireless router, for that you need to take go to the network devices, and then you can choose wireless devices, and you can search for the wireless device, wireless router. You can see WRT300N. This is a wireless router which will have some two ons. You can see that one. Now I'll take some devices. It is like in our home when we have purchased a router, and we'll have some wireless devices, PCs or laptops or anything you can have. Okay, I've taken some laptop here. So these devices are going to connect to this wireless router. It is like in our home we'll purchase one router and connect all these devices under this router. Since it is a wireless router connecting directly to the devices, we need no need for an access point as well as switch. So first let us go and give an IP address for these devices. It is sufficient to give an IP address. Even IP address is not required since it is going to be a dynamic scheme. DHCP will give an IP addresses once we connect these devices together. Now what I'll do, I'll go to config mode and I'll select wireless in this one. Here the SSID name is in default. It has taken some name default. I'll change this SSID name, and WPA PSK the same thing. I'm going to do it here. PSK scheme. So you can see encryption type is AES. So comparing to WEP, WPA schemes are more secured since we are using an advanced encryption scheme. The schemes are of 256 bits, whereas in WEP it is only of 128 bit scheme. Once I'll release one more video with the difference between WEP, WPA and WPA2. That you can learn it better as in a theory class. Since it is hands-on, I'm not going to touch upon that. I'll give the password now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A. It can be it is ASCII digits. Any ASCII digits it will take. So now it is done with this wireless routers. I'll go to this laptop. No need to give IP address since we don't have any sort of two different wired wireless. Here only wireless devices are used connected to direct routers. So I can directly go here. Before that I need to add the modules. Close the laptop. It is switch off the laptop, remove this model, add the WBC 300N, add it and turn on the laptop. Close this. Similarly for this laptop also, turn off the laptop, remove this module, add WBC 300N, turn on the laptop. Don't forget to turn on the devices again. Now it is done. Now we can go to the laptop, wireless. In the wireless the same procedure, connect, give a refresh, your name will appear here. See here we have two things, both the names are given same. So let me go and change the name, otherwise it will connect to this access point. I'll change the name once, so I'll give Santosh 1 here, so that it will be easy to identify which router we are using it. It is like we'll search for the access point, means hotspot. When we turn on the hotspot, when our friend will be able to check our hotspot and connect it with the password. The same procedure it is. I'll refresh once again. It will take some time to appear. Yes, we can see the Santosh 1 is our device which is having 100% signal since it's connecting directly. Now connect with the passkey 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 A. Connected. See, you can see that it is connected. Similarly go to the laptop, other laptop, desktop option, PC wireless, connect, give refresh. Santosh 1 need to be connected, connect, password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 9 A. Right, it is done with this also. Now both are connected. Now I should be able to send the data from these devices. Say successful. Okay, I'm able to See here I am not given any IP address. IP configuration is done using the DHCP automatically. Since we don't want to give an IP address as well as default gateway, why? Because we have a single router. To this router these devices are connected directly. It is like when we purchase a router to our home, all the devices in default we can able to connect with our wireless router without any access point, without any default gateway. It will be done automatically. Same example which will happen when you should go to some shopping malls or somewhere where you will be having the Wi-Fi connectivity. You will go to your restaurant or a mall. You will turn the device Wi-Fi on. You can able to find the hotspot and you will be able to connect to that hotspot. There they have not given any security mechanism. So into that geographical area, if your device is on, you will be able to use the internet using some sort of wireless router technique. So now in this class we have learned about how to connect a wired LAN with a wireless LAN using the access point, as well as how to connect it with the wireless routers. So now you can try with some of the previous experiments where we have done the wired connections. In that places you can replace with the access point and then use this same mechanism and learn it. Another video will be discussing about various schemes of WEP, WPA and security mechanism separately. Why do we go with WPA rather than WEP? All those histories will be discussing in a theoretical class. So with this we'll stop